There's nothing quite like the adrenaline rush of going on a great kill streak, getting familiarized with the light touch of a trigger, and rocketing into a high KD ratio, which all adds up to a great experience. Sometimes though, when I pick up a new gun, I feel like I'm getting trolled by the developers. Let's take a look at some of the worst game guns ever. Starting out on our list is the Raider BB-8 rifle in Fallout 3. When you're surrounded by irradiated mutants and scavengers, you might as well get on your knees and give up if all you can find is a BB gun. This weapon does the least damage of nearly every other gun in the game, but hey, at least you can kill cockroaches with it, even if they are the size of a cat. TKs Wave in Borderlands is probably the least accurate shotgun that I've ever seen. Fire this baby and watch all your projectiles fly in a horizontal line that moves up and down as they go at a really slow pace. Honestly, I'd rather have the BB gun right about now. Ah yes, the epic game of PlanetSide 2, where 3 factions fight across multiple continents to take over the planet Araxis. But I have to ask you, have you ever tried fighting your enemy with candy? Check out the Nanite Systems Candy Cannon 3000. Designed as an office toy, this gun propels hardened candy corn toward your target. It's got a little potential if you are within 10 meters and the enemy isn't moving, and if he isn't hungry. When Goldeneye for the Nintendo 64 hit, the world went crazy, allowing players from all walks of life to run around as James Bond, Jaws, and even Oddjob. But you always had to feel bad for the player who got stuck with the weapon called the Klob. The Klob is inaccurate, slow, weak, and has a tiny magazine size, making it easily the worst gun in the game. I mean, there is even a Facebook page dedicated to complain about how awful the gun is. Saints Row is packed with style, and the Dubstep Gun is no different. When you first pick up this weapon, it looks like a DJ's wet dream, but without upgrades, it's only worth a laugh. Pulling the trigger only makes people dance uncontrollably, and the noise will bring the cops in short order. Tossing glow sticks at people might be more effective. The original Deus Ex introduced the PS-20 that didn't require typical ammo, launching a plasma ball at the enemy instead that would explode and set them on fire. The problem is that the gun didn't do much damage, and even worse, the gun would be instantly depleted of energy after you fired it, with no option to recharge. So wait, you fire the gun once and then you throw it away. What were they thinking? In Dead Rising 2, zombies are everywhere, and they want your arm with a side order of brains. Luckily, you can grab just about anything in the game and make it a weapon, including a water gun. Sure, you can upgrade it later into a flamethrower or a freeze cannon, but initially it's only best to rinse off that formaldehyde smell from your enemies. Before we get to number 1 on our list, here are a few honorable mentions. Today our top spot is taken from Just Cause 2. If you find a group of pink trees, be on the lookout for the Happy Bubble Blaster. If you dual wield 2 of these weapons, you will be able to unload a whopping 500 shots of pure soapy wet bubbles. This is probably best used in your own mouth to cleanse it from the language spewing forth after trying to use this against enemies in the game. The blaster does 0 damage whatsoever, but it still gets you all the aggro you could ever want, and there is nothing worse than a weapon that gets you killed when using it. Man, there are some terrible guns out there in the gaming world, and most of them are downright useless. Leave me a comment down below on which useless weapons you found in games, and always remember to enjoy the game.